I'm starting to think, as like a gimmick, I should just like wear a dress exclusively for Matt Walsh segments.
Now, children. The parents
yeah, there we go. Okay,
sick,
cool.
Twisted.
Matt Walsh, he's got opinions. Yeah, Matt Walsh, he's got opinions. Let's fucking hear him. Most likely, he also has not real facts. Okay, yeah, same thing. I'm just gonna open another window. Just get ready to start Googling whatever it is topic he's talking about, because something tells me he's gonna be dishonest.
Last week, the Tennessee legislature passed its bill banning drag shows for children. Actually, it bans all sexual performances in front of children. The bill uses the phrase adult cabaret, and drag is not especially singled out or even specifically mentioned. Drag queens have felt personally targeted simply because they happen to be the only ones who want to perform sexually for children. The law forbids anyone and everyone from engaging in sexualized displays in the sight of minors. We are all
I'm sorry. I didn't show you. I'm sorry. I didn't show you Matt's face. Also, let's go back really quickly because I do have a comment to make before I was looking at something.
Law forbids anyone and everyone from engaging in sexualized displays in the sight of
sexualized displays. All right. Okay. So already we're playing games with definitions and words and semantics and everything else. Wearing the clothing of the opposite gender, not sexual at all. It's just not. There are no women's clothing that I can fit into because my girlfriend is a small gal. But you know, if I came onto stream and was wearing a dress, it's not sexual. I like my dick don't get hard for that. Maybe I just like, maybe I just enjoyed the clothing. It has nothing to do with it. To say that it's sexual would be like an interpretation thing, but certainly not a factual one. That's just, he's come to the determination that it's sexual, even though if you ask him to substantiate that and tell me why it's sexual, and also like something being sexual is also based on the individual and the person's like interests, I suppose, to which you'd have to prove that, which he and nobody else has been able to. So, you know, there's also that.
Minors, we are all equally restricted in that area now in Tennessee. But the difference is that the rest of us have no desire to do such a thing. We are repulsed by the very thought of it. Many drag queens apparently do have this desire, and so they complain that they're being especially oppressed by this prohibition.
Yep.
Now, the day
their
since
freedom
the bill's
is
passage,
being
media has published one sob
their
story
freedom
after
is
another,
being
telling
infringed
us
upon.
about the horrible plight of Tennessee drag queens who fear that they may never be able to perform a striptease for elementary schoolers ever again. And that really, really is a tragic thing for them.
Again, we've already seen drag shows. We've seen family-friendly ones. They are wearing more clothing than I'm wearing right now.
Business Insider just published an interview with local drag queen Bella Dubal. And this is the same man who, as we heard last week,
I believe it's Dubal,
gave a speech at a recent drag event threatening violence and riots if the ban on child sexualization is passed. He insinuated that if he's not able to sexually perform in front of a child, then he might start smashing people with bricks. That's how important it is to him that he's able to do
I know somebody who needs to be smashed by a brick.
Now that it is passed, even though he was the one threatening violence, he now says that he fears for his life. Here's the Insider report. In an interview with Insider, Dubal called the bill terrifying and said she's personally afraid for her own safety. Notice the female pronouns, by the way, that we're using for drag queens, who don't even say that they identify as women, but are putting on a caricature, and so they're referring to.
Well, yeah, they're referring to the character.
The character as if the character exists in real life in the article.
Well, yes, that's how.
It's like if there was an interview with Joaquin Phoenix, and the interviewer referred to him as the Joker in the article. Well,
yeah, if he was wearing the clothes from the Joker and the face paint and everything else, then yeah. And if he was also doing the interview from the perspective of that character, then yes. And also, if the perspective of this drag queen, if the perspective of this drag queen's persona is one-to-one with the like performer, then there's no I don't see the problem with this. Like, who cares? Also, yeah, it's pretty accurate. Who cares?
The bill specifies that the second offense would be considered a
I thought this was about a graphic drag show. Why are we talking about Tennessee right now? Okay.
Class C felony, which carries a jail sentence of up to 6 years.
Dubal. Yeah, it's supposed to be Dubal.
I could go to prison for 6 years for appearing in a public pride parade, Dubal said.
Yep.
I'm scared that if I'm wearing gender non-conforming clothing in Kroger and someone has their kids and they clutch them tight and call the cops, I could get arrested just for presenting that way in my daily life.
Yep.
Quote, there's never once been a child who has been sexually assaulted or harmed at a drag show or a pride performance. If there had been, it would be a poster image for their campaign. We would.
Oh man, you know. Actually, I'm glad this person said this, because Matt is probably not going to deal. Well, this is the thing: is they won't point to real sexual assault. They will attribute some other vague thing that isn't sexual assault as sexual assault. Understand? That's the whole crux of this argument and of this debate in the United States right now, is mainly that the right wing can't point to real sexual assault. They have to mislabel and redefine what sexual assault is to actually include performing or even dressing in drag, even though it's never, no psychologist would agree with this. Nobody who from a medical field or even from a legal standpoint would have defined it as such. But politicians and activists like Matt Walsh have been pushing for the redefining of sexual assault. This also happened in the UK. I was watching videos earlier in my free time, because that's what I'm doing, because I'm a cool person, as I watch political videos. But a commentator had mentioned that the UK and Sweden and some other European countries were scaling back their basically their trans affirmation programs because there was actually, I don't believe they actually ever mentioned that there's evidence, because evidence that there were issues with the affirmation treatment or with really anything. But they pointed to simply the fact that they were rolling back some of those policies and some of that form of healthcare as evidence that the U.S. should do so, even though without mentioning there was no scientific basis to any of these rollbacks. These rollbacks were due to cultural pushback and cultural opposition to trans affirming care in some of these countries. So keep in mind, this is a case of politics, not a case of the medical community coming to a new consensus or a new data that revealed some new truth. It just ended up being the countries are dictated by political parties and by political forces, and these political forces change the ability for people to get healthcare based on nothing that has to do with healthcare and everything to do with politics.
See it everywhere. Now, of course, as we know, these people lie about everything all the time, and he's lying here. The law would not result in him getting carted away in handcuffs if he cross-dressed at Kroger.
Not the first time.
As much as that thought might be pleasing to some of us, that's not what would actually happen.
I'm glad Matt goes out there and is just like, yes, that's what I want.
Performances. So unless he's in the produce section twerking on the avocados, he probably doesn't have much to worry about in that regard.
I mean, first of all, the way the law is written, it's super vague, but also you can argue, if I remember correctly, the law specifically states if you're dressing in that way in a prurient interest, which means kind of like a sexual interest, to which they already introduced legislation to redefine dressing as the opposite gender as sexual, meaning if you left your house in those clothings, by definition under Tennessee law, it's sexual, meaning if you go out into public, you are no different than somebody who goes out in the public and strips nude and runs around. Even though stripping nude, actually, you talk to any people who strip nude and run across football fields and goof off, most of it isn't actually sexual. What it is most of the time that sort of stuff is what's the word? Well, it is a prank, but what's the word? It's just kind of goofing off. It's being controversial. I can't think of the word right now, but it's you do it to stir shit and make people go, oh, I can't believe they did that. It's not to like make anybody go, ooh, a penis, I want that penis. Like that's not what you do that for. It's just like it's just not. But yeah, like what he's describing, like what that drag queen is describing, absolutely could be like construed as sexual in nature if he goes out. Like, God forbid he bends over or like goes to pick something up, and then some parent is like, nope, 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 you're doing a twerk. Nope, you're doing a twerk. You know, people in Tennessee don't know what a twerk is. The fuck?
Now, as for the claim that no child has ever been assaulted or harmed at a drag show, what he means is that there's been no video of a child being physically molested by a drag queen on.
Nope. Actually, no law has ever, no, like, there hasn't been an assault charge. There hasn't been anything. Not video, not anything.
Camera during the performance.
Ooh, boy.
Because anything outside of that doesn't count as assault or harm, apparently, according to him. Which is an interesting claim.
We already have a definition of sexual assault.
Certainly insist that grown adults are both assaulted and harmed when someone, say, quote unquote, misgenders them. Words, pronouns, can be a form of assault. Yet for a child,
it is called verbal assault, you dumbass. If I went outside of Matt Walsh's house with a megaphone and just kept repeating, "You are a dipshit," over and over and over and over and over again, that would be verbal assault. That is kind of how that works. If like if Matt Walsh does not think that you can verbally assault somebody, I welcome him to head down to his local black neighborhood, wherever that is, which I'm sure is very far from where Matt Walsh lives, and scream the N-word at some black people and tell me what he thinks of what they think about verbal assault. Just if you don't think it exists, then by all means, then go out in public, go scream and yell the N-word all you want.
Nothing he can say to them or do in front of them that would count as harmful. We see once again how the most fragile adults who have ever walked the face of the earth. Okay, the people who collapse into tears and scream genocide if you say words they don't like. These same adults seem to have somehow.
By the way, I can't find any articles
in the ability of small children to endure and process any image or idea or experience.
America.
The adult needs to be protected from pronouns that scare him. The child doesn't need to be protected from even R-rated sex shows.
It seems we have patriots. Interesting.
According to this guy. This is the way these people see it. They want us to see it that way. But it is, of course, totally wrong. In fact, there is video evidence of children being harmed at drag shows. Every single child who's ever attended one.
I should get a thing with like an American flag.
They are all abuse victims. This is abuse.
Should get like a little digital American flag.
By its nature to involve children.
Come on, hurry up.
And the abusers are only becoming more brazen about it.
Let's go. Let's go. Thank you.
Footage has gone viral this week of a show.
Christ above, Matt. It's an 11-minute and 56. God, it's 11:56. That's how long this video is, and you spent 5 minutes with a fucking intro.
Called Cabba Babba Rave. Now, this is a, as you might pick up from the name, a cabaret rave that is meant for babies. Yes, babies. It is a touring show that goes from place to place, performing sexual cabaret for babies and toddlers. Here's
wait a minute. 1 second. Okay, so this is what I need to know. Are these people nude? This is what I need to know.
That is meant for babies. Yes, babies. It is a touring show.
So no, like I see like a thing here. So no, they're not nude then.
That goes from place to place, performing sexual cabaret.
So they're not nude
babies and toddlers.
Because that's just ass right there.
Here's an article on the British website called The Mank, advertising one of these shows from a few months ago because this has been going on for a while. Quote, a cabaret rave sensory experience, especially for babies and toddlers, is coming to Manchester later this year, and tickets are now on sale. Our city region may never be short of unique events and interesting things to be getting up to, but Cabba Babba Rave is gearing up to be unlike anything else on offer for little Manx and their parents, as it's bringing the experience of a big London night out to a popular social club this October. It's
This is Cirque du Soleil. I'm just gonna leave this here for a second. So I want to go back for a second. I want to see this person doing this very difficult.
I pick up from the name.
All right.
A cabaret rave.
All right. So let's see. They're wearing.
That is meant.
So let's see. We have pants. Looks like shorts. Biker shorts, maybe? We got some biker shorts, some long boots, and some fucking sword holster looking ass shit that like Deadpool wears or whatever. They're wearing more clothing than Cirque du Soleil fucking performers, guys. Like I don't know what what? Oh, kids can't go to Cirque du Soleil and see acrobats? Is that what we're going with? It shouldn't be this easy. It shouldn't be this easy. Honest to God. If you're like, yeah, I can take my kids to Cirque du Soleil, it's fine. They're acrobats doing acrobatic bullshit. Like, is this harmful? Does anybody think this is harmful? It's fine. The other one, actually kind of more clothing than two of these people, matter of fact. This guy doesn't look like he's wearing pants. Certainly isn't wearing long boots. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay.
To Manchester later this year, and tickets are now on sale. Our city region may never be short of unique events and interesting things to be getting up to, but Cabba Rave is gearing up to be unlike anything else on offer for little Manx and their parents, as it's bringing the experience of a big London night out
I would
to
never
a popular
be able to read
social
that
club
without
this October. It's described as being a little slice of afternoon delight that provides show-stopping cabaret interspersed with baby sensory moments.
Cool.
And if that all wasn't captivating enough as it is, each session ends in a rave. Cabba Rave is hosted by Lizzie and Gemma, two performers turned moms who are constantly looking to be entertained whilst holding a baby in one hand and a pint in another.
Yeah, wait. Is that okay? Like, yeah, are parents allowed to go out in public and do stuff while they have infants? Like, yeah, like we already have like events and spaces. I've seen parents go to like baby and like parent yoga before. Baby parent, I think there's like a thing, I've seen it in here in like Denver. It's like what's referred to as like a silent rave or like a silent sort of thing, and it's like you go and you rave, but like the because I think it's like you go with your kids, they give you like headphones like these that are all synced to like the DJ. So like the room is dead silent. Like the room is dead silent, but everyone's like dancing, having a good time. But it's so like kids don't get exposed to like too much, too loud of sounds and stuff. It's, it like these events are these events happen for a lot of different topics. It's not that unique, like it's really not that unique. And unless the baby sensory moments are like the drag queens slapping the babies like in the face with their long dick, then like I don't see what the problem is here. Like, fucking Christ.
Baby sensory
it would be funny, but like
is the euphemism that they're using.
Oh my God, he actually thinks that's what they're doing.
And if you're hearing about all this and you're thinking
that's
to yourself,
what he's thinking.
Well, wait a minute, no way. We must be missing something. There's just no way that this can be what it sounds like. I refuse to believe that something like this exists, a cabaret rave for babies.
Oh.
Well, the footage of one of these events.
Well, it's not for babies, it's for parents.
Reality. It is very real.
So that they can
and as you
go
can see
out and do shit
on the screen, there are parents sitting around with their babies and toddlers, watching as men in bondage gear swing around on ropes.
Wait,
there's another man in a wearing a thong and nothing.
Oh, what? Okay, cool. This baby's first of all, if we want to talk about children exposed to fucking nudity, this baby right here trying to get some titty. This one all the way over to the right with this blonde lady. This baby's like, give me some titty. What are we talking about? It's clothes. This person's not wearing pants. Oh, okay. Is that, again, do I need to bring up the Cirque du Soleil picture? I don't think I do.
Else, and doing a handstand and spreading his legs, doing all of this for babies and toddlers. There are half-naked adults, adults twerking. This is a full-on.
It's a dress. That's actually kind of nice. I'd wear that. That's actually kind of nice. But yeah, like, okay, it's a dress. All right. First of all, these babies aren't even. It's not even like these are young kids. They probably can't even perceive what the fuck they're looking at. They probably just see people in clothes.
An R-rated sex show targeted at children 3 and under. That's what it is.
Yep.
And it's, as I said, been going on
under,
for a while.
dude.
Kabba Babba Rave has been hosting sold-out shows for months at least without anyone objecting.
Yep.
Or at least without the sorts of people who would object finding out about it. Now that we have found out about it, the groomers behind Kabba...
You know, it's funny. I mean, this is the dynamic, isn't it? This is the dynamic. Is that, like, Matt Walsh comes on here and is like, this event has been going on for months and people have been enjoying it. And now it's time for the right wing to fucking ruin it. Now, where have we been? Have we gotten away from our mission? We need to bother, harass, and inconvenience as many people as possible because they're not behaving in a way that we approve of, even though not once did they ask for our approval. Like, sorry, Matt, I'm sorry that people in the UK who have kids didn't ask you permission before taking their family to, like, the event that they had planned on a Thursday night. Sorry they didn't ask for your explicit permission. Like, god damn, dude. These people are fucking obsessed with everybody else's lives. And let's be honest, Matt Walsh doesn't have a life outside of the things that he hates. He just doesn't. He talks all day about how leftists hate this, leftists hate that. No, the only thing I actually hate is Matt Walsh. Because he's, besides being a piece of shit, he's just a miserable human being that only serves to make more people miserable like him.
Kabba Babba Rave have locked everything down. They've gone into hiding, basically, at least in cyberspace. The website has been taken down. The Instagram, Facebook page, all that has been turned to private. And this happened the moment that these images, footage, emerged on social media, and people, like normal people, saw this. They shut everything down.
Nope. Just like, let me say this to you, just like I said it to Michael Knowles. You're not normal. You're a freak. Let's be very clear about this. Matt Walsh and Michael Knowles both do this game like they're normal, like they're everybody else. No, sir. Matt Walsh, just like your friend Michael Knowles, you're not normal. You're a fucking freak. Chill the fuck out. You ain't one of the normies who suddenly caught. You know what normies did when they saw this? They didn't do anything because they didn't give a shit. Because they didn't even see it. They weren't interested in it.
The organizers put out this statement. Just to let our followers know, we've turned our profile to private for a while. We've been subject to a pretty horrific trolling attack, and it just keeps coming. As mothers with young toddlers and one of us heavily pregnant,
it's like the internet find out and they started to notice that there was a campaign against their existence. Then they took it down. What cowards!
As those of us who have been to our event will know how much joy, love, and happiness our shows bring.
I'm starting to think, as like a gimmick, I should just like wear a dress exclusively for Matt Walsh segments.
Now, why is this happening?
Would that be fun?
I mean, what is the motivation for the adults involved?
I better get like.
Well, there's a lot going on. We can assume that the performers are perverts who get a sexual thrill out of exposing themselves to children. The parents
there we go. Okay,
sick,
cool.
Twisted freaks
I would genuinely think about
the woke religion by offering up their children in this way, making a sacrifice of their children's innocence.
Might have to go to a store.
For some of them, it might also
have to ask my girlfriend
as
where
well
to go
more
for
of
that
a
stuff.
selfish disregard.
I don't know where one buys that stuff.
I mean, it's selfish disregard across the board, but there are also parents who personally want to attend these kinds of performances and
It's
they
called
bring
freedom.
their kids along
It's called
because
freedom.
they don't really
It's
care
called
what
freedom.
effect it'll have on the kids. And then for all the above, there's
Right.
also the overarching intention to desensitize and confuse children, to induct them into the West's sexual pathology.
I love the idea that he's like, you're gonna confuse my kid. What's the age group? 3 and under. And I'm like, so literally their entire existence, like, yeah, they're confused by everything. You aren't confusing them more in any possible way. They're 3 and younger.
Pathologies and obsessions from a very young age, to groom them, in other words. So there are varied motivations for all these adults, but one thing that they have in common is that they should all be sitting in a prison cell right now. And we will know that we have restored some semblance of sanity and dignity in our culture when, but not until, we start seeing law enforcement officers swarming these kinds of events, handcuffing every adult in the room, and frog marching them out of the building and into a prison cell. Okay, you could take the drag perverts in their thongs and just throw them right into jail. We'll see how sexually expressive they want to be in that environment. And then you take the kids away from the parents.
He's saying groomer right now in this picture too.
That's how we have to respond.
Oh, that's funny.
Because these perverts are not going to stop on their own.
Maybe his magic, maybe his power just comes through his beard. Wait, did he suggest we should arrest parents? I don't care. I'm not even gonna go back.
We have to stop.
I'm not even gonna go back. Oh man.
By force, by law. And that's why we need every Republican presidential candidate in 2024 to promise a federal ban on these child drag shows.
Do it.
The kids in Tennessee are protected now.
Do it.
But all children deserve the same protection.
Let's be clear. They already tried this, and Matt already walked the Republican Party into midterm L after midterm L. They already tried to do this anti-trans stuff, it didn't work. So by all means, by all means, Republican politicians, go ahead. Fucking embrace the unpopular opinion. I would fucking love to see you lose on that stance. Please do. Please do.
We cannot be satisfied with
idiots like Matt Walsh are why Republicans will
those are very good.
Lose elections too.
That's a
because
step,
then Democrats will go, hey, look, they're going to literally ban trans people. So it's either us or them. And then progressives
the
are going to have to vote
they're only
for
getting more bold,
boring centrist Democrats.
More brazen, more extreme. We have to meet them with that same energy. An absolute zero tolerance policy.
I've got some energy I can meet you with.
That's the only way.
It's got a certain amount of, there's some measurement of grain. It's made of some form of metal. You know the thing that they tell, at the end of all YouTube videos where they tell you to click on one of these things to watch more videos. Yeah, I've been meaning to film one of those. So that's what I was doing. I was just setting it up to